dear comrades, we will discuss about the injustices being made to the compulsorily retired pensioners today. You know very well that compulsory retirement is a punishment, is a major punishment given under Rule 14 of the CCS Rules 1965. This compulsory retirement is totally different from the compulsory retirement given under FR 56J. FR 56J is not a punishment according to the rules. Those who have completed 30 years of service and not found fit to continue in government service can be terminated under FR 56J by the government. But those who are sent out under FR 56J are given full pension, but those who are given the punishment of compulsory retirement under Rule 14, they are given this punishment and they are covered under the provision of Rule 40 of the CCS Pension Rules 1972. Here the disciplinary authority has got the distinction to either grant the full pension or cut the pension to 1/3 level, or even the DCRG also. Either pension or DCRG or both, the disciplinary authority has got the prerogative to cut up to 1/3 level and fix it after compulsory retirement. But a thing called compassionate allowance and compassionate pension. Compassionate pension and compassionate allowance are different. And this particular government servant could not be accommodated in any other place. Then he is granted compassionate pension. Compassionate pension is actually given like other pensioners based on their actual basic pay, subject to a minimum of the minimum pension allowed. That is the rule. But compassionate allowance is different. Compassionate allowance is granted by the disciplinary authority under compassion only for those employees and workers who are either victimized by removal or by dismissal. Because they will not get any pension if they are removed under the major penalty of removal or dismissal. The disciplinary authority, taking the case into consideration, he can grant compassionate allowance which cannot be more than 2/3 of the compassionate pension. That is the provision. So necessarily 1/3 of the pension and DCRG are cut and the balance alone is sanctioned under compassionate allowance. And this compassionate allowance drawing pensioners and compulsorily retired pensioners, these both sections are bracketed together by the government for perpetrating injustice on several grounds. Under Rule 40 of the CCS Pension Rules 1972, government decision made below Rule 40 of that pension rules, it clearly says that compulsory retirement under major penalties is given for two reasons. One reason is that the continuation of the government employee in the employment is not desirable. That is one condition. And number two, if removed or dismissed from service, normally there will be no pension, and the government don't want to take away the pension and other pensionary benefits of the employee by giving the major punishment of removal or dismissal for the crime he has committed. Therefore, the compulsory retirement was provided for under the major penalties in order to ensure a minimum pension to the pensioner, but also remove him from the service of the government. That is why the government has introduced compulsory retirement under Rule 40 of the CCS Pension Rules 1972. So this is the major reason. So the reason itself is very clear, that the disciplinary authority who has, at the time of awarding the punishment, he is valuing the crime, assessing the crime, and decides whether removal or dismissal is required or compulsory retirement is enough. And he is giving compulsory retirement itself is a punishment, because the punished official forfeits the remaining period of his service, which is normally the period under which the government employee will have many plans, like marriage of his daughter, education of his son, construction of his house. So these are some of the major decisions in a life. But these decisions are disturbed because the further period of service is forfeited by the compulsorily retired pensioner. Therefore, itself is a punishment. But after the awarding of the punishment, without any cut in the pension or gratuity or both, by the disciplinary authority, itself clearly defines the nature of punishment given to the particular government employee. But after that, if you want to inflict another punishment, it is against natural justice. It is very clear that for the same crime, a person cannot be punished twice. Only once a man can be twice. And that punishment was already given by the disciplinary authority after weighing thoroughly the nature of the crime. Therefore, a second punishment by the government on the compulsorily retired pensioners is not at all justified. But how the government is punishing, that is what we are going to discuss. Take the 5th Central Pay Commission. The 5th CPC, headed by Ratnavel Pandian, Justice Ratnavel Pandian, it has given a common recommendation of 40% fitment benefit. Actually, the Pay Commission has given 20% only. With the help of the left parties who were taking part in the government at that time, and also the left party which is not in the government but wielding sufficient influence on the government, CPI and CPIM, they interacted with the government, and this 20% recommendation was increased to 40% by the government. This is the background, and this is not the time to discuss about that particular background in the present video. So 40% fixation benefit was given. Therefore, all the employees, all the pensioners, 40% of their basic pay or 40% of their basic pension was added in addition to the DRS allowance as on 1/1/96, and 2 interim relief amount were taken together, and the new basic pension or the basic pay for the employee was fixed. That 5th Central Pay Commission had also recommended another thing, that the pension under no circumstances shall be below the 50% of the basic pay notionally arrived at for every pensioner, by treating him that he was in service from pre-1986 to 1/1/86, and then from 1/1/86 to 1/1/96 he shall be brought on to the particular pay scale held by the post of the pensioner, and the pay scale of the post of the pensioner should be taken, and 50% of the minimum of the pay scale of the particular post, that should be granted, that should be ensured as pension. If the 40% pension is lower and this particular formula is above, then the greater amount shall be given as pension. This is the recommendation of the 5th Central Pay Commission. This was given out, accepted by the government by the OM dated 17/12/1998. But at the time of accepting it, the government did not think it necessary to preclude, to debar the compulsory retired pensioners from the purview of this particular implementation of the recommendation, namely 50% of the minimum of the pay scale of the post in which the pensioner had retired. But subsequently, two questions were decided. One question was, what is the post of the retired pensioner? That was a question. And number two, whether compulsorily retired pensioners are eligible for this particular benefit. These two questions came up. The government had ultimately decided, because there were some court cases and Supreme Court also intervened, and Supreme Court also took a position that the government's position is correct. Two questions were decided by the government. Number one, this particular benefit is not applicable to the compulsorily retired pensioners. Another decision taken by the government was that the particular pay scale held by the post doesn't mean the pay scale implemented to the serving cadres from a particular date. The pay commission may have granted an upgraded scale to the employees from a particular date, but the pensioner of previously retired from a lower scale, the post of the pensioner means the pay scale drawn by the pensioner at the time of retirement alone is the pay scale of the post of the pensioner, and it does not mean that the pay scale granted to the serving cadre prospectively from a date. These two interpretations of the government were taken by another OM, and there was a dispute. Some people went to court, and court also upheld the government's position, and in that background there was one parliament member who was very famous. Subsequently he became railway minister also under the Manmohan Singh government, and he was a member of parliament from Chandigarh. He raised the question in 2004 in parliament. He has very categorically raised that the original OM which granted the pay scale of the post in which the pensioner had retired as per 5th Central Pay Commission was subsequently modified, that the post of the pensioner means the scale in which he retired and not the pay scale granted to the serving employees from a prospective date. Is it not a discrimination? And what is the rationale behind the particular order? This was the question raised by the member of parliament in the Lok Sabha. And naturally, the government took a position and replied that there is no discrimination. We have given the clarification that the compulsorily retired are not covered by this particular interpretation, and naturally the post in which the pensioner retired, they are covered by only the pay scale in which they retired, and they are not entitled to the pay given to the serving employee from a prospective date. This was the reply given by the government in the parliament. So, from 5th Central Pay Commission itself, these two questions are coming up. One question is whether the pay of the post or the pay scale in which the pensioner retired at the time. This is one question. Another question, whether compulsorily retired pensioners are eligible or not eligible. These are two questions that came from the 5th Pay Commission itself. Then came the 6th Pay Commission. 6th Central Pay Commission, it has given a fitment factor of 1.86. It was applied as like 5th Central Pay Commission, 40% was granted to all, including the compulsorily retired pensioners. Similarly, after 6th Pay Commission, the fitment factor of 1.86 was applied to all pensioners and all employees, including the compulsorily retired pensioners. It was granted. But 6th Pay Commission also had another recommendation which said that the pension so fixed shall not be lower than 50% of the pay in the pay band plus the grade pay of the appropriate pay scale in which the pensioner had retired. Then naturally there came two doubts, and the government took a negative position on both the questions. First question is whether pay in the pay band means it is different for each cadre, or pay in the pay band means minimum of the pay band itself. Because you know, many cadres from MTS to LSG all were bracketed under pay band 1, but their starting pay was different from each cadre to another cadre. But the interpretation given by the government was that pay band's minimum shall be the criterion for fixing the minimum pension. Therefore, under para 4.2 of the OM dated 1/9/2008, which said clearly that 50% of the pay in the pay band plus the grade pay of the corresponding replacement scale of the particular pensioner was interpreted that 50% of the minimum of the pay band. This incurred a heavy loss to many pensioners. But the government did not relent, and there followed different court cases, and it was one route where the court cases were being pursued. There was another recommendation by the 6th Pay Commission. It said 33 years qualifying service is not required. 20 years is enough. But the government said this particular recommendation that 33 years qualifying service is not necessary for fixing full pension, but 20 years is enough. This particular thing is being implemented from 1/1/2006 only. For pre-2006 pensioners, this is not applicable. This is the stand taken by the government. So naturally, many pensioners, like Comrade Inasu of Kerala, they went to court. They argued that the para 4.2 of the OM, as recommended by the Pay Commission and as accepted by the government cabinet, there was no distinction between the pensioner of pre-2006 or post-2006. It simply said that all the pensioners should have a minimum pension according to this para 4.2, and naturally I had retired with less than 33 years of service, so I should be given this benefit of particular para 4.2. Naturally, Comrade Inasu won, many comrades won, and High Court of Kerala also gave the favorable judgment, and subsequently government also relented and agreed that this is applicable to all retired cases, that they will be given the benefit of para 4.2 whether they had 33 years of qualifying service or more, or less than 33 years of service. But at the same time, the government took another position that this is not applicable to compulsorily retired pensioners and compassionate allowance drawing pensioners. This was the stand taken by the government. Even today, the issue is still unsettled. The government has not relented. The courts are intervened, of course. Some compulsorily retired pensioners have gone to court and they got a favorable judgment. The courts have a different view. They said that the compulsorily retired pensioners, without any cut in the pension by the disciplinary authority, they are entitled to the benefit of para 4.2. This was the interpretation given by some courts. But the government has not agreed even that position. All India Postal and RMS Pensioners Association, we have a different view. We think that the benefit of any fixation formula shall be extended to all pensioners, whether they are superannuated, whether they are compulsorily retired, whether they are drawing compassionate allowance, all should be extended the benefit. But at the same time, if there is any cut affected in the original order, original punishment order, same cut can be affected after giving the benefit. That is the line taken by All India Postal and RMS Pensioners Association. But the courts have a different view. But that view also government has not yet implemented. This is the position of 6th Pay Commission. Then comes the 7th Pay Commission. 7th Pay Commission has two recommendations, option number 1 and option number 2. Option number 2 is universal. For all pensioners, 2.57 fitment factor was affected. All employees, all pensioners, including the compulsorily retired pensioners, they were given the benefit of this fitment factor of 2.57. Everybody's basic pension was refixed accordingly. But option 1, the government took its own decision and said option 1 is not applicable. I am not going to discuss here what is option number 1, whether it is beneficial or not, to what extent it is beneficial. These questions I am not going to discuss in the current video. I am simply going to say the government found it not feasible to implement option number 1. In place of option number 1, the committee appointed by the government under the chairmanship of Pension Secretary, who had a view against option 1, had granted another option. It is called option number 3, and that was released as OM in 2017. That OM of 12/5/2017, that order had clearly categorized that this particular option number 3 will be implemented to all pensioners. Option number 3 means notionally bringing the pensioner as though he was in service, then bringing notionally to 7th CPC pay scales, and 50% of that pay scale shall be the minimum of the pension given to that particular individual pensioner if it is more than the formula applied earlier under option number 2. So the greater amount either under 2.57 multiplication factor or 50% of the notionally broad pay scale in the 7th CPC corresponding to the pre-revised scale of pay in which the pensioner had retired. If that amount is more, then the greater amount will be fixed as pension. This is the 7th, after 7th CPC, government while rejecting option number 1 has come out with this order. But in that order itself, the government had made it clear that this is not applicable to compulsorily retired pensioners under Rule 40 of CCS Pension Rules 1972 and compassionate allowance drawing pensioners under Rule 41 of the CCS Pension Rules 1972. So even today, whether it is 5th Pay Commission or 6th Pay Commission or 7th Pay Commission, the pensioners who are compulsorily retired are discriminated. They are not given the formula under which other pensioners are given pension refixation. So this is the injustice being perpetrated on the compulsorily retired pensioners, and we think, AIPRPA thinks, that the case of the compulsorily retired pensioners shall be taken up with force by all pensioners organizations and the JCM staff side because they are not untouchables. The compulsorily retired pensioners cannot be untouchables. They are already given a punishment by the disciplinary authority by weighing the level of crime and also the punishment. After given the punishment, you cannot punish them again by debarring them from a particular pension refixation. This is our opinion. So therefore, comrades, we shall fight, we shall continue to fight till justice is prevailed. And with these words, I take leave of you. Thank you, comrades.